Hey guys, thanks for checking out today's video. This is kind of an interesting one that I'd like to do from time to time. We're going to look at used gear. I've bought a bit of used gear and I've been flying and now teaching for a while, so I like to think I know what to look for. And the internet is a great place for used gear. So today we are going to crawl through eBay and Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and see what we can find. I'll let you know my thoughts on it, and yeah, hopefully this will be a good video for somebody who's looking for used stuff. A bit of a disclaimer, this is just my personal opinion. No offense intended. If I say something bad and it ends up being your personal equipment that I found on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, just what I'm thinking in the moment. We're going to be looking at like age, and then value, like price to condition comparison, and whether or not it'd be suitable for somebody who's just starting out. So let's get cracking. But before we do, let me tell you about my merch store. Ooh. For now, that's stickermule.com/AveryFlies. I am looking into some other storefronts that give a little better deals, but check it out. We've got the little thing up there, and I got the little link in the description. All right, first things first, Facebook Marketplace. So we've got to find our stuff, right? So we got paramotor, paraglider, PPG, powered paraglider, all of these things, right? So we'll go Paramotor, if I can spell. Trike, Paramotor Complete. Let's have a look here. All right, looks like we got a older Moster 185. You can see with the pillbox style of airbox here, and the kinked dog leg expansion pipe, and a very basic looking trike, pretty antiquated high hang point setup with some kind of strap here. This is the only picture they actually have on this listing. Trike paramotor. I assume this is just the trike. Looks like a helix propeller, so you know, possibly a modern propeller. It's not wood. Fuel tank down at the bottom does not look yellowed, so possibly low use. I can't place the frame. It might be a power to fly, but then it's bolted onto something that looks pretty old trike-wise. So it's an older motor, at least. The engine is older, but if it's low hours for $5,000, it might be a decent deal. It really depends on the condition when you actually go and see it. We've got two color hoop sections here. I'm not sure if that's intentional. We've got orange on the left and black on the right. Could be a repair job. This one you'd have to see in person, I think. Next listing, please. Paramotor. Marked down from $12,000 and listed 23 weeks ago, so it's been up for a second. Let's see, we got oh, this is gravity defiant. That's what I fly. It's a heavy motor, but it's got a huge fuel tank, and yeah, it's pretty well built. With custom anodization on the swing arms in red, that's not standard, and looks like blue spars. All right, so newer Moster. We got the carbon shroud from Vitarazi, FTV prop. Those are good props with Iris quick release. Oh, and it comes with a wing. Oh, let's read this. Ozone Spider 3 flights, and a reserve. Okay, all right. I don't fly. We got a chance to link up. I live over 2 hours away. Started back school for a second degree. All right, wow. So $9,000. Again, it depends, right? We've got to go and verify the condition. But if this has 3 flights on it, if the motor has 3 flights, you're looking at, after break-in, maybe 5 hours. It does have a tack here, but remember, you can't always trust the tack. And if the wing truly only has 5 hours on it, then $9,000, that's a pretty good deal. So the Ozone Spider 3 generally goes for about $4 grand on its own. And then the motor, the Gravity Defiant, was sold in the low 7,000s. And it also comes with a reserve. And a helmet, as well as other items. Looks like it's a turnkey setup with a nicer propeller, some upgrades on the engine. Yeah, 9,000, that'd be a pretty good deal. Oh, here's an interesting one. 2024 Paramotor Trike, and it's a flat top. This is an interesting frame. I actually did a video on the flat top. It's an old design that was sold as the best It definitely is not, but on a trike, I imagine it would be okay. So let's see what we got here. So flat top, obviously. He's got anti-torque lamels, which are basically a requirement for flat top since it doesn't have torque offset. Looks like a homemade kind of bolted together trike, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, it's just homemade. We've got pretty aggressively bent lower right hoop section here, so this may have been damaged, crashed in foot launch at one point perhaps. And looks like, just by the colors, I guess a Mac Para wing. Let's see. Okay, not 2024, that's good because flat tops haven't been made for a few years now. Moster 185, yep, Mac Para 25-meter wing. I'd need to know which wing. Spare prop, reserve parachute, and a trailer hitch for toting it around. Oh, and we got a video here. I'm not going to play the video. Get the guy's face in it or something. But looking at the video, we can look at the engine here. This is, it doesn't zoom, of course. It is a older pillbox style air filter, so we'd expect probably a 5 or 6 year old engine. Now again, if the hours are low and the wear on the engine is obviously low, this is probably a good deal for $4 grand. The flat top isn't the best flying motor, but I would be less hesitant to fly it on a trike than I would foot launch. Foot launch, it's terrible. I did not enjoy the flat top, but on a trike, I imagine it's actually pretty manageable. So yeah, for $4 grand, we'd want to get the wing inspected, because if the wing is the same age as the engine, it needs an inspection. But for $4 grand, it's a good deal. Paramotor for sale. Air conception, Moster 185. Okay. I'm not super familiar with Air Conception as a brand, but we'll take a look at it. Moster 185 Classic, 4-gallon fuel tank, underarm J-bar. All right, I am not familiar with air design or Air Conception, but underarm J-bars are old tech. Again, looking at the motor here, pillbox style, so pre-2019, I believe. Yeah, J-bar. So no swing arm action here. This looks well used. It looks like it's in good shape, but it looks pretty well used. The problem with these older frames is you may not be able to find parts for them if you damage them. Ready to fly. Perfect for paramotor enthusiasts. Used, well maintained. That's a tough one, guys. If I was going to buy it, it looks like the harness is pretty good shape. But if we check the fuel tank, the yellowing on the fuel tank, this is probably 5 or 6 years old. If you talk them down into the 3s, I think this would be a good deal. But as it sits with the J-bars, meaning it's an antiquated frame geometry, I think this is a pass. Just not a great value. It probably flies fine, but I imagine the torque from a Moster and the age of the Moster and the lack of swing arms probably makes a relatively difficult flying experience that I wouldn't want to pay $4,000 for personally. All right, let's go a little deeper here. Ooh, here's an old one. What do we have here? Slightly used, new. Slightly used but new. Air Conception Paramotor has 0.9 hours on it, which you cannot trust because tachometers can be replaced. New gaskets, taken care of, wooden blade. Okay, it comes with the carbon blade. Sells brand new for $7,500. Revolution 200 engine. I have never heard of a Revolution 200 engine. Definitely do your research. Ooh, alright. So again, we've got these J-bars just like that last one. So high hook and point J-bar. Engine looks okay. Fuel tank's yellowed. Which I would put at least, I don't know, 20 hours of burning fuel, probably a couple of tanks. Is that an alligator clip to hold the fuel pressure release closed? I don't know about this one, guys. Again, old frame, so you might not be able to find parts for it, and possibly discontinued motor. If you can't find parts for your motor, toast. Looks like exhaust has the Air Conception logo on it. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this engine. If you are, chime down in the comments down below. But for $4,500, I would No, I would pass on that one, absolutely. Let's take a look at another old one here. Ooh. Adventure F3 Paramotor. Not F3 the wing, F3 the Paramotor. This is old. Runs great. High compression, needs propeller, and one toggle line. Oh, it comes with wing. Holy cow, guys. Alright, so if you see neon, it's probably 20 years old. Absolute pass. This is, we are not flying that wing. No battens in the leading edge. That's kind of a red flag. I'm sure there are still good wings out there that don't have battens. The Dominator doesn't have battens in the leading edge. But, yikes on several bikes. The neon colors date it into the 90s. Yeah, no. Don't even know if they make that engine anymore. I can almost promise you they don't make anything for that frame anymore, so you'd be on your own. $2,000, you can assume the wing is unflyable. This is a project. I would buy it for parts if you already had one. This is an absolute pass. What else we got here? Paramotor with wing and reserve, $7,000. Alright, it's a Moster. It's an older Moster. It's got that pillbox style. Swing arms, at least. We're swing arm territory again. This is an interesting choice. This kind of curved support for the pull start. Haven't seen that before. It's Moster 185, 2 hours. Questionable, given its pillbox style. New old stock, maybe, I don't know. Custom frame, designed and built by Pascal Biondo. I bought it in Italy. Okay, that's a choice. So parts probably not going to be easy to come by. Just looking at the front of the frame here, no real torque offset. So we would expect this right side swing arm to bulge out quite a bit further for some torque offset. Can't really place the harness either. Let's see, wooden prop. It's a Vitarazi brand wooden prop, but still a wooden prop. It's not great. Looks like it's a pretty decent shape though. Carbon cooling shroud, alright. Nothing about the wing. So the wing, Ozone, amazing condition, 21 meters. 21 meter what? 21 meter Mojo? 21 meter Sirocco? What are we talking? The harness fits perfectly, okay. Serious inquiries only. We'll trade for a motorcycle. If got a cheap motorcycle, there you go. So without seeing the wing, I'm going to say this is overpriced. You can't find, assumedly you can't find frame parts, and we can assume the wing is toast without pictures and an inspection. Given the age of the frame, or the motor and the harness at least, I would assume the wing is of similar age and probably not a great flying option without more information. So $7,000 a little steep, if you ask me. What else we got here? Parajet Maverick Atom 80 Fruit Loops edition. Okay, that's a choice. Well, we're not going to watch the video and get your face in it. I mean, it started. So it looks like we've got a Helix type propeller. I don't know about all the colors, but you know, Parajet Maverick's Parajet Maverick. Doesn't look like anything's been beat up. Just looks like he painted it for some reason. Off-grid throttle, that's nice. A chip in the prop, it's not a deal breaker, but at least he disclosed that. All right, let's see. 100 hours on the motor. Just broken in for an Atom 80. They're super reliable. Codename Fruit Loops. Why? Because the color scheme is loud, proud, and 100% Tucker Gott certified bitchin'. Yes, Tucker Gott flew this himself. It's blessed by the sport's highest priest. Okay, well, steel wool and turpentine, or slap a sticker and embrace the chaos. Off-grid throttle elastic strap is broken. Well, you need to fix that. The prop has a nick. Again, not a... Well, it does affect the performance. You should fix it, but it's not a deal breaker. Cosmetic crack near the prop hub. Well, if he says it's not a structural concern, I would confirm that, but the Fruit Loops thing isn't for me. It looks kind of tacky. I would not place extra value on Tucker Gott has touched this. No offense, Tucker, but 4,500 is half price for 100 hours. If the Fruit Loops thing doesn't turn you off, just make sure it's actually 100 hours.
Facial recognition got a hit. Jesus Christ, it's
Tucker Gott.
One more on Facebook Marketplace. Here we go. And I've been looking mostly at motors because the motor condition is easier to figure out. But if you're buying a wing, I would get it inspected. Okay, we got a Paramotor Nitro 200. So this is an air conception motor, air conception frame, 3-blade. Ooh, yeah, looks. I think that's an air conception frame. I'm not super familiar with them. 3-blade E-prop needs new harness. What happened to the harness? Oh, it's missing some stuff, dude. Look at this. Harness isn't attached. Looks like it's ripped around here. Is that a reserve bridle? Needs new harness, gas tank, and kill switch. So this thing is not in running shape. If they can't prove it runs when you buy it, assume it doesn't, is my opinion, my recommendation. What is this strap doing here? Alright, this thing was... Something happened to this thing, I bet. Props got writing on it, like a scrapyard. The engine looks relatively new, but it's air conception. Some people don't like those. I haven't flown it. I don't have an opinion on it. But what is all this? This thing looks looks like a repo job or something. I don't know. If you can get it at $2,000 and the engine does run, that's a deal. If you get it at $2,000 and the engine doesn't run, you got duped. This could go either way. That's a wishy-washy one. Weird. What happened to the harness? All right, on to eBay. What we got on eBay? Paramotor. So the biggest problem with buying from eBay, or well, eBay mostly, is it's probably going to get shipped. Shipping will absolutely kill you, price-wise, but also who knows what condition it's actually in because you can't see with your own eyes. Quite a few options here. Okay, let's just fucking run through them. Let's see. What's next here? Sky Engine 1.1 Paramotor Paraglider. Okay, so we've got high hooking, low J bars. These are, I like how they bulge outwards, but that is antiquated design just right off the bat. No swing arms. I've never seen that frame before. This is like CNC machined spar with a tube on the end of it, and then another spar piece, or maybe this is a protector that goes over it. Riveted in netting will be kind of a pain to replace. It looks in good shape though. $4,300. That's a tough one. It's old tech with the low. The 4 people have it in cart. That's unfortunate. Old tech with the low J bars. That exhaust has seen better days. Look at that. Whoa. Somebody has welded some cracks. Yeah. Ooh, buddy. Water cooled. That's interesting. For $4,000, this is a pass for me. I don't know the engine. Sky Engine. But $4,000 just on the frame. Looks lightly used, but that exhaust has been tacked back together many times. Wooden prop, old tech on the swing arm or lack thereof. Strong engine, lots of power. I will make sure it get delivered. I'm sure you will, dude. I would pass for $4,300 though. Oh, here we go. This is peak performance. Wow. Eye hooks to hold the propeller on. Boy, oh boy. Electric paramotor with battery and charger. Wow. The harness is lashed on, you guys. You don't understand. Rope lashing is by far the most effective way to attach your motor spreader pressure bar to your grill. Oh, it's cut. To your grill surface. It's cut in 3 places. What the hell? Oh, buddy. That's a servo tester. That is just a straight up servo tester. This is like a 10th grade science project. What the hell? That's not a paragliding harness. That's a stadium chair. There's no leg straps. Don't tell me the ropes are the leg straps. Oh my god. It's lashed on there. That'll do. What the hell? Yeah, this is a tough one. Pass. Actually, buy merch from me so I can buy this and then burn it so somebody doesn't kill themselves on it. Is this guy serious? Tested and fully functional, ready to ride, battery, 7.5 amp hour battery. That is not, that's like 5 or 10 minutes. No, it is not 30 to 45 minutes. This guy's ripping you off. No, buddy, no. I can make batteries 3-hour flight? No, you can't. What the fuck? This isn't 10th grade science fair project. This is 40-year-old dude in the basement trying to rip you off. Do not buy this, or let me buy it so I can burn it. 50 to 65 pounds of propeller thrust. That is not enough to get you airborne. Pass. If the sarcasm wasn't deep enough. What the fuck? Alright, let's look at something that's actually good. Alright, used Scout carbon paramotor. I've never seen a Scout in real life, but they put some serious engineering into their stuff. So, just first glance here, it's been crashed. I see a repair down here, possibly a repair off to the side, but that's not a problem. Fixing carbon fiber is actually pretty easy. It is an older Moster. I see the pillbox style air filter there. Looks like another repair. Again, not the end of the world, just isn't pretty. And another repair. Looks like it comes with spare hoop sections, spare spar. It's got safe start. That is a Scout, almost an insistence, the safe start system. So if you try to go full power, right after starting, it'll turn the engine off so it doesn't like eat you. We got a carbon fiber repair on the cooling shroud, which is odd. Those don't usually get damaged. Second prop. Looks like a scraped up exhaust elbow. Not the end of the world. Oh, I didn't know they broke down that small, actually. Yeah, so well loved, right? So I've seen better, of course, but I've also seen worse. Okay, more repairs. That's fine. So let's read the description here. Used Scout paramotor, 7 years old. That makes sense. With repairs from losing the unit from a trailer hitch rack on the road. Ah, it sucks. Some spars were replaced, others repaired. Harness is faded. I'd expect that from 7-year-old. Just gonna skip the Scout stuff. Oh, this is sold by Miniplane? Cool. Well, I respect this. The listing is for paramotor pilots only. You must be able to confirm this and verify with references that you are an experienced pilot or engaged with training. That's good. You can't just buy it and try it. I respect that. $4,000 though, it's kind of. So nowhere in there did it say hours, and I didn't see a tack in any of these pictures. The engine would have to be pretty low hours, but it's 7 years old. I know the Scouts are expensive up front, but this one's been beat up. And does it fly great? I'm sure it does, but I don't know about $4,000. I would pass. You might not if you really need to fly a Scout. Hey, fly the best. FTB props. Hi, Brad Roper. Okay. Last site we're visiting here, Craigslist, which is always a roller coaster. So let's search for Paramotor. Only 2 options. What do we got here? Fresh Breeze Monster 122. Oh, this is a Captain Kurt. 15 hours. Started the sport. Health has taken it away. That sucks, dude. Yeah, so these are like really old, kind of like flat top situations. They're antiquated. Like they're still made new, but they're not in good shape. Like they're not modern, which isn't necessarily a deal breaker, but they should not command modern equipment prices. Like we don't even have shoulder straps for the pilot. It's just a lap belt. 15 hours. Fresh Breeze. 4-blade prop for some reason. Paramotor toolkit. Wing. Yeah. So this is looks like a Captain Kurt situation. This is all secondhand knowledge, but everything I know is that Captain Kurt sells old stuff and then teaches you to fly it, and when you can't foot launch it, he upsells you to a trike, and then it's a really shitty wing and a really kind of mediocre motor system. So he offers unlimited free training, but he's probably making his money from getting people's duped trike sales, would be my guess. So Edel Power Atlas. I've seen one. They do not impress me. If they're still being made new, they're super old tech like the Dominator. Yeah, people call them the power mattress. Apparently they suck at trying to fly, so I've never flown one. But $8,000 is a hard pass. 15 hours or not. The wing is not great, and the motor is antiquated frame geometry. Will it fly? Yeah, probably. Will it be a good time? No. Can you spend your money better elsewhere? Absolutely. $8,000 pass. Oh my god. This is on Facebook too. It's the same thing. It's the same description. Brother, no. So there you go. Hopefully this was a interesting video for you. Again, these are all just my opinions. I'm sorry if that twists someone the wrong way, if I ended up reviewing the gear that you had on sale and you didn't like what I said about it, but those are my unchecked opinions, and hope you enjoyed it. So likes, comments, subscribes, all that YouTube jazz. Hit up that merch store down in the description. That helps me out a bunch. Really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.